coxcraft.com, because I know I've gone crazy quickly there. Your perga cutters, for example, are there. If you want to be getting hold of your pre-cut card blanks, the tape runners, the blanks, the deal of the day, whatever you're after, it's all in one place. Okay, Tina. Oh, it's quick as pos, 'cause it's always fun sitting here watching you.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm doing a little bit of embossing. So if I bring the card in, so all this is white work here. So if I show you a little bit of white work, and then we'll go to the coloring. And if we have time, hopefully put some glitter. Because for me, parchment card is never finished till the
Shall I give
glitter
you like
goes
a
on.
10-minute warning when it's time for glitter?
Yes.
Something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We've got 17 minutes, hopefully that's enough time to put the glitter in. We'll see.
That's good. Thank you. So when we're doing white work, we want to work in layers. In the sense, we put the first layer, we let the parchment rest, let the fibers bounce back, sort of thing, and then put another layer to get nice white embossing.
Okay.
If we press too hard too quickly, what happens is that the parchment buckles and collapses within itself. So it's a very like sort of not step by step, it's sort of done in layers.
Layer by layer, yeah. Okay.
Patience is the key.
Sometimes we all struggle with that, right?
Yeah.
It's worth it on this one. Okay.
It is, definitely. And you know, if you're just starting off, it's worth doing one piece where you emboss sort of immediately and see what happens, and another piece that you work in stages. Usually, depending on the size, you will let it rest longer or shorter. So for example, I've started the circles in here. So this one I haven't embossed as yet. So we're going to start with this. This one I've just put just the one layer.
Okay.
By the time I got here, that's 3 layers of embossing in there. So if I start here to show you what we do when we emboss circles, for example, I'm going to use the groovy guard basically just to keep my icky fingers off the parchment.
Okay.
As well as, you know, it keeps me focused on where I'm working because it's got the various windows
Not
there.
get distracted by what light out there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'll jump from here to there now, which you can.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm going to try and stay focused. So what I've done is I've moved to the number 3 and number 4 tool that's in the starter kit. So for example, these are larger circles. So for this circle, I started with the number 4 tool.
Okay.
These are slightly smaller, so I'm using the number 3 tool. The circles here are even dillier. So, you know, I would use, for example, the number 2 tool.
Okay.
So for this one, I'm going to use the number 3 tool. When we're embossing circles, we go up and down, across, and then just a little. And you want it just a soft gray, so up and down, across, circle. Up and down, across, circle. I'm sure I say this at night as well, when I sleep talk, you know, up and down, across, circle. So that's what we do. So that's our first layer. Done. We would let it rest. By the time you've done all of these, because these are tiny elements, you're ready to put your second one. So do all the circles on your piece. I like to then turn it over. I know for me personally, I press a lot more towards my right. So when I'm doing, for example, circles, there's this nice, lovely dimple on the opposite side. So now I've just learned to turn my parchment every time.
It's like shadowing or something like that, maybe.
But we don't always want the shadowing.
Excuse, right? So.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to put another layer. I mean, at home, I would not put it immediately like this, like I am doing. I would have done all of them on the page. But once again, I'm doing up and down across circle. And I'm not putting any more pressure to make it go whiter. It's still the same pressure. Turn it around one more time. And I'm repeating. And I'm going to turn it one more time. For me, generally, I do circles 4 times. That's just me. I'm probably a little bit OCD. But this one, I know I'm not heavy-handed on 3 sides and the
You are good
side
for like going over, like you don't mind doing that, which is your style. I know Paul isn't quite from the same school as that, and he'll do it once, maybe twice max.
Yeah, it's personal, you know. For me, in my head, certain things, you know, are OCD issues. Generally, if I do it just sort of north and south, by turning it around, it is enough.
Okay.
But my eyes says something else to my head, or my head says something else to my eye.
Whatever works,
And
isn't
if I
it?
can sleep better by doing it 4 times, I will
Go
do
for
it
it.
4 times.
Absolutely
So
agree.
if I turn it round, here we have the one that I've done 4 times. This was done 3 times, but then I'm putting very little pressure. And this was just once.
Okay.
And you can see how we go from very gray, patchy, to 3 times to when I've done it 4 times. But like I said,
It's
you
worth
can
it,
do
isn't it?
it
It's worth it,
twice.
yeah.
You know, it just depends on how much you press. But the key is let it rest. The other thing is the leaves here. They're so simple to do, so much fun to do. And for that, I use the number 2 tool. And so for example, this one, although we can barely see anything, it's just little flicks.
Okay.
Just little couple of flicks within each leaf. Turn it round opposite side. So I'm going from the outside towards the center stem. And if I turn that round somewhere, which one did I do? I did it so softly, oh, there you go. I can't see it. There we go. So you can see where this is embossed and this is not embossed.
Yeah, I see that.
So the mistletoe here, those leaves are not embossed, and we'll be able to see those better. Should I just pick a random mistletoe?
If you want.
Because
By the way, the flower in the middle that we were just spending a lot of time on is part of the Floral Delight 042966. The mistletoe. Oh, wow. 40%, Tina.
Thank you.
40%.
Thank
It hasn't been on
you.
air for a couple of years. It's brand new to me. It's clearly brand new to you as well. Maybe you went for one back in the day and you're going for another today. They are available individually. They have 40% of 042966. The mistletoe right now is from the brand new 4 Seasons. So not only have you got different shapes, borders, embellishments, every single one, but different flower arranging, different wreaths, different boughs, etc. And this is one of them.
So there's the mistletoe leaves that I embossed, and the leaves here that I embossed, and you can see how it's coming. So by the time you emboss the whole thing, this is what it looks like. And then the flowers I've colored on the back, so I'll show you quick coloring on the back on one of the flowers. So for the coloring, sorry, I did forget to say, if you're just starting off, I did turn my mat on the soft side for the embossing.
Okay, and that's the mat we get with the starter kit,
Tiny
right?
bit late saying that, but yeah, soft side for the embossing. Because
Okay.
when you try on the hard side, it's not going to work.
So line drawing, for want of a better word,
drawing.
is harder.
Yeah, when we're doing
Colouring is
the
softer.
embossing of the line art
Okay.
on the hard side, coloring on the hard side,
Okay.
embossing on the soft side.
Okay, that is the starter kit, which I know an awful lot of you are
That's on
helping
the
yourself
side.
to this hour.
So I'm going to do the coloring. Coloring we're going to do on the back.
Absolutely.
And what I'm using the Pergolina pencils, which are absolutely
We like
amazing.
these. We were using these just the other week, but the pencil not on parchment, on cardstock or
Yeah,
paper, which
you
we
can use them. They're not
can do.
specifically for parchment. You can use them for your cardstock, the coloring as well. They're really good quality pencils. We're using them with Dorso oil to blend our colors. So for example, so I've turned my work to the back. We're going to do coloring on the back. And I'm just going to scribble a little bit of color, and you can see how very careful I'm being. Not.
We're not. If you don't know why,
Now, when
by the
you
way.
can do this like this, it becomes so much like fun to do, because you're not stressing over, have I got it right? Am I doing it? I've just literally scribbled some color. This is the back. If I turn it around, you don't see much there. So the magic happens when we blend it. Sorry, I need help opening that.
Yeah, of course, no problem at all.
Thank
The
you.
Dorso oil, by the way, is worth its weight in gold, isn't
Press
it?
down.
As it pushed down like a child cap. That's why I can't do it.
Neither can I.
There we go. It's on the bottom part of the
So
screen,
what
by the
I'm
way.
doing is I'm going to put a drop on the sponge, on the, yeah. And what I've got is I've got a blending tool here. And in there I'm going to put a blending nib, which is on the website. And I'm going to just touch just a tiny amount on that, literally a tiny
Minuscule,
amount. And I'm going to blend that little round circular movement. Now if I get too much oil, the color will pretty much come off. If I get too little oil, the color will still be, you'll see the pencil lines?
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it won't be smooth. So either way, it's fixable. So if you're just starting with the coloring on parchment, this is such a great way to start, because if you make a mistake, you can take it off. but if you don't get enough, you can put it on.
Absolutely. Now, the oil things are in the colouring essentials. You can get a whole pack of these extra nibs, by the way. If you can see, maybe you can barely see it on your screen, the tiniest bit of oil on the end of there.
So the tiniest. So we can see this one I haven't embossed. We can barely see it, but as soon, sorry, not embossed, blended with the Dorso oil. And this we have, these three we've blended with the Dorso oil. And you know, it's become brighter. Now the really lovely thing about the pencils is if you wanted it darker, so for example, let's put a bit more on this one, as just to show you, you can add more to make it darker. I didn't need any more oil because I have enough oil. And there you go, it's become darker. So you can put layers and blend, it becomes darker. Take a second color if you wanted to put shading, maybe darker towards the center here. Blend, I mean, you get a pack of, I think, there's also a different one with 50 nibs. And you know, do change your nib for colors, invest in the nibs. I use those nibs for so many things, not just this. So change your nibs if you have got, you know,
oh, 750 blending nibs is on the screen for you. I'll ask you a little
while. That wasn't the right color to show you blending, to be honest. Maybe we needed a darker color than that. That just disappeared, basically. Let's use blue because that will make it purple. Now I'm going to change my nib. Keep your nibs. The nibs are reusable. They're not a one-off. So I'm going to go to, you can see I just collect my nibs. So I'm going to get a blue nib. And I am going to change it. So you just pop it out, put the new one in, and I'm going to
away we go.
Just touch a tiny bit and blend. I'm just going to, there you go, just to show you. There you go.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, so you've got double color there. I don't know, does it show?
It's fine. Yeah.
I'm trying to see with my reading glasses.
I'll tell you, it's a long way away. I hope you guys are a little bit closer.
I've got reading glasses. I'm like,
you can read the
why is
description, but can't see
everything
anything
so
else.
blurry? There you go. So blue and pink, you know, so you can blend.
I haven't given you a 10-minute warning. We've now got a 6-minute warning to the end of the show.
That's okay. We've got plenty.
The glitter warning.
It's just glitter. Well, I shouldn't say it's just glitter. It is glitter. Wow.
When's your second show? Is it?
At 5.
At 5, okay. So
in the second show, I want to show you a picot cutting.
Great.
Can I quickly show you the card we will be doing?
Of course.
So where you're using the other 2 plates from the season, the frames, the summer, and we're going to be doing picot cutting and creating this that looks like it's been done in layers, but it hasn't.
Wow.
It's one piece of parchment that looks like in layers.
Okay.
So we will do that this afternoon. Okay, glitter. Sorry, I'm going to get you to open that.
This is our sticky ink.
So for the glitter, what we need is the mapping pen, the nib. The glitter comes in a pot like, well, it comes as 6 little little pots. So they've got like, for example, hint of blue, hint of pink, hint of green, gold, silver, bronze, or copper.
Details on your screen. There's not millions of them. That can be gone by later.
They're anti-static. So, you know, you don't need to worry about it getting everywhere if you don't like glitter. Me personally, you cannot have enough glitter. I would have it all over. So I'm just dipping my mapping pen into the sticky ink. And I've loaded only a little. I only need very little. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to color into those dots. Now, if you have a large area, you can keep one nib somewhere. I will find the nib, honest. One nib. I'm wasting time, aren't I? One nib that you can go into larger areas.
Okay.
And put, you know, so put it instead of the this. You pop that in, dip it into your sticky ink. And so let me just show you. Will that be easier rather than me trying to explain things?
Well, I see there's a little bit glitter still on that nib, so.
So I'm just going to dip it a bit. So for example, if I wanted to do this, I don't know if I've covered the whole thing, but there you go.
Okay.
So that makes it so, again, you know, having extra nibs, but do make sure you do not mix that nib with your other
like you
thing.
keeping that in
So I keep
with the
it
glitter.
in the thing. With the mapping pen, you know, we were doing the circles, for example, but you can go into the finest of areas with the pen. Like, for example, if I wanted to go over the stem, well, it blooped there, blooped,
I'll let you off.
but I'm rushing.
Well, we are now. We've only got 3 minutes, Tina.
That's okay.
I'm
We
rushing
don't-
you. Try not
So no,
to.
I'm not rushing. We only have to pour the glitter in. It would be really nice if we can see the samples again, because they're just so beautiful. So what hold on. Let me take this off. So generally, you know, I work in little areas, put the glitter, then move on, so I
Okay.
don't get my hand all over the sticky, which
Yes.
I do
this
a
is
lot.
Plausible.
And you want it to go clear. That's not quite clear. It doesn't matter, but generally wait till it goes a bit clear before popping the glitter. And then very quickly, if I can't open it. Oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go.
So I'm going to pop it was on there, it was somewhere here, and it was a leaf here, I think, I hope.
Well, we'll find out.
Oh, it was.
Do you want me to decant those?
Should I move it?
Chuck it my way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no
And there we
problem.
go. There's the glitter on there.
Isn't that fab?
And it's anti-static. I haven't given it a little tap. Hold on, let me give it a little tap to get rid of that.
it out of the
There
way.
you go. And no bits that are stuck on the parchment itself. So if you're sort of anti-glitter, then this is
But you love
perfect.
how it
It's
looks.
completely anti-static.
Absolutely.
It's ultra fine and super pretty. And I think for me, when we look at the card, the glitter really finishes off the project. You know, whether it's just a general sort of floral design or Christmas. Christmas definitely needs glitter.
Or a birthday or an anniversary or whatever you fancy. Goodness me. Actually,
Everything needs glitter.
we've only got 70 seconds left. That
Oh,
show goes
70.
so quickly. So we'll show some more of those samples.